Aloha, siblings. My name is Bill, and my pronouns are he, him, and his. And this video is about my CDs, or at least some of them. This is, I suppose, part 3 of a recent bit of show and tell I've been doing of some of my CDs. This is just a continuation of that. However, when I was pulling this stack out in order to do this show and tell earlier today, I noticed that some of the ones in this stack you've already seen from a long time ago, or you may have already seen from a long time ago in a show and tell video from, I don't know, like 10 years ago or something. But, that's okay. So I'll be doing some repetition, but, there's value in repetition, right? Remember that. Okay, so CD number 1. Let's see if I can figure out a way of gracefully holding these up so you can read them, right? So this is, put it right in front of my face. How's that? Maybe I should be over here. There we go. I should be more like this, I suppose, right? So this is Close to the Edge by Yes, right? So if I want to get by this microphone, then I need to do it at a different angle or something. Yeah, I'll get the hang of it sooner or later, right? So we're going to do this. All right, so there you go. Can I get it closer? I am so ungraceful when it comes to this mess. Nope. I keep trying to get it so you can see it, but it's not so glary back into the camera. Well, anyway, there you go. So let's do a little bit of tapping on the box, I suppose, right? Gonna tap over there, but I'll try to do a little bit of whispering over here. How's that? I'm not anybody that I would proclaim to be progressive rock, like, that I'm not a progressive rock head, or I don't know what the like progressive rocker, or, like punk rocker kind of thing. I don't know. That's not me. I like a lot of progressive rock. Maybe I shouldn't say that. Maybe not a lot of progressive rock. I like some progressive rock. But I do like Yes, especially this album, Close to the Edge, and another one called Fragile, which I think is actually in this stack as well. Here we go. So, all right, I'm going to read the... Okay, so side 1 is Close to the Edge, and it's all one thing, basically, but it's in 5 parts, or 4 parts, excuse me. So it's Close to the Edge, which is 18 minutes and 50 seconds. How's that, man? That's crazy. The first part, or movement, or whatever you want to call it, is called The Solid Time of Change. And the second one is Total Mass Retained. And the third one is I Get Up, I Get Down. And the last one is Seasons of Man. So all of that are the 4 parts to the piece of music called Close to the Edge. Okay, and side 2, which, well, it would have been side 2 on an LP, but it's just continuing on the CD. But the second song, I guess, or a piece of music, is called And You and I, and it's 10 minutes and 9 seconds, and it is in also 4 parts. The first one is Chords of Life, or excuse me, Chord of Life. I said that plural, it should be singular. The next part is called Eclipse. The third part is The Preacher, the Teacher. And the fourth part is Apocalypse. And the third song, which would have been the second bit on side 2, when I had a vinyl LP back in the day, was called Siberian Katru. Yeah, I don't know, it's pretty crazy stuff. I quite like it. There's a lot of reaction videos that where people react to this, which I've actually watched quite a few, mostly just because I find it interesting to see what youngsters like millennials and younger think of this stuff, just because, I don't know, it just amuses me to see what the youngsters think of the stuff that the likes of me grew up on, as it were. Anyway, so we'll move on to the next one. This is, yes, Close to the Edge. Okay, so this one is, it's Umaguma. I have this hymn wrong, I think. Right, this is supposed to go... Oh, well, I don't see. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It's a box, and it has 2 CDs in it, because it's a double album, so I guess they made it so it would be 2 CDs, right? One is the live album, and the other one is the studio album. A lot of people didn't really dig this. They thought it was a little too, like, all the parts were a little too separate on the studio album in particular. That was like, because it is divided up into kind of 4 parts, where, some of the music is explicitly David Gilmour stuff, and then some of the stuff is Nick Mason stuff, etc., right? The live album part, a lot of people like quite a bit. I guess people enjoy it more than the studio one, but I like both of them, frankly. I like them both quite a bit. Anyway, on the live album, well, here, let's do just a little bit of tapping and stuff here for a minute first, shall we? A little bit of tapping. Right. Let's do this over here now, a little bit. A little bit more tapping. I hope you guys like it. Yeah. Okay. Let's read some of the tracks on here, shall we? Okay, Astronomy Domini, which is pretty epic. Careful with that axe, Eugene, which is also very epic. Yeah, that one can be pretty frightening depending on your state of mind, because it's a bit of a jump scare-ish sort of thing in there. Set the controls for the Heart of the Sun, which is another, I think, well, all of these are great. And then A Saucer Full of Secrets, right? That's the last bit on this CD, right? Okay, and then now there's the studio album part, which is, you can see that right there. There they go. Okay. You can't really tell because of the size of it and the way the picture's coming out, but the picture that's here, here, that's kind of like a, it's like, it kind of looks like it's a picture, but it kind of looks like it's a window, and you know what I mean? And so it's like, it's a picture of itself, except for the guys, well, whatever, you have to see it, I guess, for it to make sense. But you can see, like, there's the 4 guys, standing in various positions here, and it's the same 4 guys in the little picture there, right? But they've rotated their positions, and then there's another little picture inside of that one, and they've rotated their positions like that, right? So it's this whole very trippy kind of, I don't know, I'm probably not doing it justice in describing it, but there you go, there's an attempt. So let's read what's on here, shall we? Sisyphus, parts 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, excuse me. 5 is not part of Sisyphus. 5 is Grantchester Meadows, which is a pretty cool little bit of something with an interesting thing at the end of it. Okay, here's one of my favorites. several species of small furry animals gathered together in a cave and grooving with a pict. That's the name of the song. Several species of small furry animals gathered together in a cave and grooving with a pict. Then there's The Narrow Way, parts 1, 2, and 3. Then The Grand Vizier's Garden Party, parts 1, Entrance, part 2, Entertainment, part 3, Exit. And I guess that's it for the studio album, which is the weird, well, yeah, I don't know. A lot of people didn't like it, but I liked it. So there you go. Okay, I guess get these to fit back in the box. There you go, okay. This next one is kind of amusing, frankly. So this is, I don't know if you can make that out. That's Ted Nugent, right? Hey, it's sort of a greatest hits thing of Ted's. Yeah, Ted Nugent, Great Gonzos, right? When I was like, I don't know, 12 or 13, I was a really big Ted Nugent fan, which I don't think surprises a lot of people. I mean, that's kind of where he gets you. So I didn't want to reacquire any of his albums, really, as I got older, and I don't know where the original ones went, but, whatever, a lot of records seemed to just sort of disappear out of my, possession. But anyway, this had all of the big hits, So it's, number 1 is Cat Scratch Fever. Number 2 is Just What the Doctor Ordered. Number 3 is Free for All. Number 4 is Dog Eat Dog. Number 5 is Motor City Madhouse. Number 6 is Paralyzed. Number 7 is Stranglehold. Number 8 is Baby Please Don't Go. Number 9 is Wango Tango. Number 10 is Wang Dang Sweet Poon Tang. And 11 is Yank Me Crank Me. Number 12 is Homebound. And number 13 is Give Me Just a Little. And yeah, he's a wild guy. If you know anything about him, you know that he and I politically don't meet anywhere. Heebie-jeebie. Okay, so here's another big album, quite famous back in the day. I don't know if you can make it out very well. There you go. Kind of see it. That's Nirvana's Nevermind album. That was the ginormous. You can see me from behind the CD there. Yeah, super famous, big album. It's, Smells Like Teen Spirit and all that stuff was on here. Yeah, they were, for a while, the Cats Meow. I quite like them. I mean, it kind of makes sense that they're the ones that got kind of super famous in the weird way that they did kind of quickly, but okay, let's go over here to this one over here. Okay, so what do we have on this one? Oh, this is what I say. It's Nevermind, right? That's the name of the album. And it has Smells Like Teen Spirit, In Bloom, Come As You Are, Breed, Lithium, Polly, Territorial Pissings, Drain You, Lounge Act, stay away on a plane and something in the way. Right? Grungy, grungy stuff, man. Right? Okay, now here is another grunge band that I really, really like a lot. Right? This is Mudhoney. I quite like Mudhoney. They're really good. I only got to see them live once. I think it was just once. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was just once. Yeah, they're something else. Okay, uh-oh. It's a little bit of noise coming in from upstairs. Hopefully it won't be too intrusive. Hopefully it won't be too choppy when I go to edit this. Well, we'll see. Okay, let's see what's on here. If I can even make it out. Holy mackerel, the font on this is terribly small. Okay, let's see. How am I gonna... You know what? I'm gonna use my glasses and my magnifying glass. Right, I have this little magnifying glass. Okay, so here we go. Okay, this gift, flat out fucked, get into yours, you got it, magnolia caboose baby shit, come to mind, here comes sickness, running loaded, the farther I go, and there we go. Yeah, that's the end of it, isn't it? Oh, no, here we go. There's more on there. That's all dirty and smudged up. By our own hand. Oh, when tomorrow hits, right. I forgot about that song. And Dead Love, Tomorrow Hits. When tomorrow hits, it's gonna hit you hard. Yeah, that's quite a song. Okay. And I haven't listened to this in a very long time. Mostly because I don't have an optical drive, you know, so I don't know. You have to figure out something to do. Either find somebody with a drive and strip them all off, or I don't know. I'll think of something someday. So the next one is the Jimi Hendrix Experience, right? So it's three guys with their crazy hairdo, man. Just look at those crazy weirdos, those hippies. Yeah, I don't know, I just liked it. The whole thing with their wild, crazy hair and their clothes and all that stuff was just crazy. Anyway, these are what's called the BBC sessions, right? And, yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. It's a lot of material on here. So, because it's 2 discs, but they only put it into one thing, right? So you have... Right, so you can see disc 1 on this side and then disc 2 on that side, right? Yippee-yay. Okay, but let's just see what there is, because there's a lot of material on here. So on disc 1, okay, hang on. So Foxy Lady, Alexis Corner introduction, can you please crawl out your window? Rhythm and Blues World Service. I'm your hoochie coochie man. Traveling with the Experience. Driving South. Fire. Little Miss Lover. Introducing the Experience. The Burning of the Midnight Lamp. Catfish Blues. Stone Free. Love or Confusion. Hey Joe, Hound Dog, Driving South, and Hear My Train A-Comin'. There's 2 versions on there, yeah, wow. And I haven't listened to this in a gazillion years either. I forgot about some of the stuff on here, to be frank. Okay, so on disc 2 is Purple Haze, is Killing Floor, is Radio 1, is Wait Until Tomorrow, is Day Tripper, is Spanish Castle Magic, is Jammin', is I Was Made to Love Her, is Foxy Lady, is A Brand New Sound, is Hey Joe Again, is Manic Depression, is Driving South Even Yet Again, Hear My Train A-Comin' Again, A Happening for Lulu, Voodoo Child Slight Return, Lulu Introduction, Hey Joe Again, and then Sunshine of Your Love, which is that Cream tune. And yeah, that's a really good, I remember that version of that. That's pretty crazy good. Anyway, crazy dudes, man. Crazy dudes making cool music. Right? Okay, let's move on to the next one, shall we? So the next one is the next of one of my favorite prog rock albums. Again, this is the other one I was talking about, Fragile. This is a really, really good album. This is the album that kind of made me go, oh wow, I like Yes. And then I got close to the edge and I went, oh my goodness, I like Yes. This stuff is a little bit more, I don't know, relatable, kind of pop rock, something, I don't know, a little more accessible, I suppose, as far as the material. Anyway, okay, so let's do some tapping, shall we? A little bit of tapping. Okay, let's go do some tapping over there while I do a little bit of just minor whispering over here, right? Just to kind of have a little bit of two different things going on, one in each ear right now. We'll do a little motion here. Now I'll whisper over here and do the tapping over there, right? Whisper, right? Okay. All right, so let's see what's on here. Roundabout, Cans and Brahms, We Have Heaven, South Side of the Sky, 5% for Nothing, Long Distance Runaround, The Fish, Chandelier Primatoris, Mood for a Day, and Heart of the Sunrise. And yeah, this is another one where you can go find people do reacting. I would recommend, if you want to go the route of the reaction video, check out somebody reacting to Roundabout, because if you haven't heard it yourself, it's kind of a fun thing to do, you know. Yeah, there's some pretty groovy things about this album and about that song in particular. Yippee-yi-yay, yeah. I don't know, it's just find appealing to see youngsters, see what you think about the Yes. Okay, another super famous album. Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon. This is another one of those. Yay, it's a really, 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 really good album. It just is. So this is, oh man, I think this is like I don't know, I've had a couple of different versions of this. I'm not one of those people that runs around and goes, oh, it has to be a whatever release of such and such a year. Or I just end up loaning stuff to people and it never gets returned and I have to replace it, or whatever, that kind of thing. Anyway, so let's just go through the song list. Okay. Speak to Me, Breathe, On the Run, Time, The Great Gig in the Sky, Money, Us and Them, Any Color You Like, Brain Damage, and Eclipse. So that's the song list for Dark Side of the Moon. I don't know, it's just like, I don't remember what the numbers are, but it was like charting for like ages. I think it might be one of the longest charting songs or albums. I mean, if it's not the number one, it's like way up there. I would venture to say it's probably made them boys a lot of money. Okay. Okay. These are the Yuto monks. This is them doing some chants. Well, that's all it really is. It's just, let's see, they're going to have the titles here, but it's Yamandaka, Mahakala, and number 2 for Gaia. So, I mean, they're, Buddhist chants from Buddhist monks, man. And anyway, it was, I think it was produced by the guys, some of the guys in the Grateful Dead. I can't remember. I'm not going to look it up. Anyway, there you can see the picture of the cover of it. It's kind of cool. And, yeah, it's really, really groovy stuff, man. It's pretty really groovy stuff. They do that, that's really low in their throat. They get these really strange low notes that are just crazy. Man, pretty remarkable. Okay, one of my favorite guitarists. This is B.B. King. Now, what's this album? Spotlight on Lucille. Oh, right. This one it's just mostly him, it's him playing guitar, right? You know what I mean? So, that's why it's Spotlight on Lucille, right? So it's him playing guitar solos, man. That's kind of the point of it, man. Play a bunch of guitar solos, man. Because BB's one of those guys, man. He's not flashy in the fast sense, right? But boy, he knows where to put a note when, man. Okay, I think, oops, hang on, let me put my other glasses back on again. Aye. Noises from upstairs. Oh no, I thought they were quieting down. Okay, let's see if I can pick up from where I left off. I think I was talking, actually I'm certain I was talking about this CD because I was about to say that I know for sure that this one got showed to you guys before because I remember people commenting on it. Yeah, powerful album. Very, very powerful album, man. And yeah, we'll do a little bit of tapping. This is funny to be thinking of Straight Outta Compton being used in an ASMR video, right? Because it's not ASMR music, really, you know what I mean? I don't know, I guess different people get their thing differently, but this is pretty heavy duty, man. Oh no, there's a dog walking around upstairs. Maybe it can just sort of blend in with the tapping. I don't know. Yeah, what do you think? Okay, so let's read what's on here. So, of course, Straight Outta Compton. And, they have it as blank, 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 the police, but I'll go ahead. It's fuck the police. Gangsta, gangsta. If it ain't rough. Parental discretion is advised. 8-Ball remix. Something like that. Express Yourself, Compton's In the House remix, I Ain't the One, Dope Man remix, Quiet on the Set, and Something to Dance to. That's the last bit there. And, yeah. Holy mackerel. Yeah. Man, that's a long time ago, you know? But this was a big deal when it came out, man. It was a big, big deal. Crazy. So here's another. I like this album cover. I don't know if I'll be able to hold it up so you guys can see. There you go. Now I can turn it upside down, right? And then now it's a different face, right? See, I like those things. And let's turn it over, and then you can see a different face. Dot, 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 dot. And then you can turn it over, and you can see a different face. So let's do some tapping. Anyway, this is by Ornette Coleman. This is Dancing in Your Head. I don't remember how they put it in the liner notes here. Okay, okay, right. So it's theme from a symphony is but Dancing in Your Head is the main melody is da 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 da. But then there's other stuff that goes along with that on this, but it's, yeah, well, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. It's Ornette Coleman. A lot of people are put off because of the way he views structure, or, you know, the idea of freeing from certain structures in his notion, what he calls harmolodics. Anyway, a lot of people find it just a little too wacky. I don't think I have it on CD. I might. But he has a really famous album called Free Jazz. Which is a bit less like the bin that you put the album in, like free jazz, like a category, more of a declaration, right? Free jazz, right? Anyway, Ornette Coleman, groovy guy. Okay, here's some religious stuff from, oh man, when would this have been composed? I don't know if they'll have something in here in the liner notes, probably. Because I don't remember. Right? Yeah, I might as well look it up. It's Palestrina. Can I even make out what's on here? Maybe that's because the print's all so small. Okay, so he's in the 1500s. And I'm not going to get out the magnifying glass to read this stuff, so. Anyway, it's like, well, music back then was church music, right? It wasn't. It was either folk music that people played it drunkenly at inns, right? I mean, that's the, you know, kind of the view of it, I suppose. And church music, right? And church music, of course, was very serious. I mean, this is really groovy stuff, don't get me wrong. But there's certainly they were working with a structure that's which is all right. I mean, stuff like that obviously gets evolved and moved and changed through history, but the music, nonetheless, I find beautiful. And it's like choral stuff. Did I say that already? I wonder, probably not. Another person that I like that's kind of in a similar thing as far as it being choral, church music type stuff is Thomas Tallis, and then Hildegard von Bingen. I like that. Those are the two, this one and those two are, I think those are the only ones I have, to be honest, but I really like that stuff. I might have some other ones, but I think that's it. Okay, we're getting near the bottom. So, okay, this is, if you don't have this album, or if you haven't heard it, go find it and dig it, listen to it. It's a Hendrix album. It's a double album. It's just gigantic. It's epic. I really like the experience. I think it was one of the best rock bands around, man. Especially when it comes to like the power trio thing, man. I mean, they were all good on their instruments, but the thing is that they worked well together, right? You know what I mean? A lot of times that's really what it takes for a band, right? You know what I mean? It's like, you can have the guys that are that most gifted on their individual instruments, but if they don't come together well, man, then it doesn't matter. Let's go over here. I've been doing this mic all the attention for a while. I hope I've been evenly distributing the audio content, as it were. Oh no, there's been noise upstairs. I hadn't been paying attention. Hopefully it's not been too bad. Otherwise I'll have to be chopping up, cutting that stuff out. I used to leave a lot of it in, and maybe I still do it upon occasion, but because I just thought it made the videos too choppy if I didn't. But too many people have complained about getting startled or the noises seeming creepy or something like that, so it's like, yeah, alright, I'll just cut them out. I'd rather, just apologize for them and cut it out, and that way you guys will just, if it gets jumpy and weird when the edits come, then that's why. So there's probably a good chance that a bunch of you are just snoozing right now, and I could be saying all kinds of just weird, crazy nonsense, and you wouldn't be the wiser for it, Or I could give you the secret recipe for the elixir of immortality, right? I told you guys that have I told you guys that I just had my birthday just recently? And so now, as of the recording of this, I am 59 years old. Yippee-yi-yay, man. Or am I? Right? Maybe I'm 59,000 years old. I've got the elixir of immortality, man. I've been around since, Australopithecus and all that stuff, man. Or maybe not. That might not be long enough ago for that. Tapping. Okay, let's go find the track list. There's one here on here, but that's really small. Is there a better printed version of it somewhere? So it starts with "And the Gods Made Love," and then "Have You Ever Been to Electric Ladyland," "Crosstown Traffic," "Voodoo Child," "Little Miss Strange," "Long Hot Summer Night," "Come On, Let the Good Times Roll," "Gypsy Eyes," "Burning of the Midnight Lamp," "Rainy Day, Dream Away." In 1983, "A Merman I Should Turn to Be," and "Moon Turned the Tides Gently, Gently Away," "Still Raining, Still Dreaming," "House Burning Down," "All Along the Watchtower," and then "Voodoo Child's Slight Return." I mean, there's a lot of epic stuff on there. I mean, some of the stuff is probably stuff you might have even heard and just not realize it was Jimi Hendrix, you know, I mean. Yeah. Anyway, he's a man. Yeah, he's a very, very impactful guitar player, composer, you know, producer, I mean, everything, man. Really, really brilliant guy. Okay, getting down there again. So King Crimson, "Three of a Perfect Pair." This is my favorite lineup of King Crimson, although I like the Discipline album better. Change my position here. Getting a little stiff sitting there like that. Okay. Anyway, this is so this of course has Robert Fripp. It has Adrian Belew as another guitarist, and it has Tony Levin on bass and Chapman stick. I think, does he play any synthesizers on this? Like keyed synthesizers? I don't know. I don't remember. I don't think so. I think it's just bass and Chapman stick. I think all the synthesizers are guitar synths controlled by Fripp and Belew. Although, no, maybe Bill Bruford might have some digital synthesized percussion going on. I'm trying to remember. Yeah, see, I just don't remember well enough. It's a really good lineup, though. Okay, let's go through the track list if I can find it here. Holy mackerel. Oh, this is another one of these ones where it's like it's puny print. Okay, here I can read it off the disc, I guess. There we go. Okay. The album's called "Three of a Perfect Pair," and track 1 is "Three of a Perfect Pair," the song. Track 2 is "Model Man." Track 3 is "Sleepless." That's a monster track. I really like that. Track 4 is "Man with an Open Heart." Track 5 is "New Age's That Which Passes, Passes Like Clouds." 6 is "Industry." 7 is "Dig Me." 8 is "No Warning." 9 is "Lark's Tongue in Aspic, Part 3. So there you go. Right, interesting back of the cover too, right? And then the front again, right? ABIA, okay. Okay. Oh, this was given to me by a girl I used to date ages and ages ago. Anyway, it's Rossini, and the overture is like "The Thieving Magpie," of course, because that's, you know, right there on the cover of it, isn't it, right? And yeah, she played viola. And I'm not going to say the names because they're all Italian and I can't. Well, there's one that the translation is William Tell, right? I'm not going to try and say that in Italian. Forget about it. Anyway, He's like, he died in 1868. So, not as ancient as the other guy in the 1500s, but, you know, that classical orchestra type stuff, yeah? Still with the fingernails here a little bit too. Whisper, 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 whisper. Whisper, 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 whisper. Okay, now let's do the last one. And it is my favorite King Crimson. King Crimson Discipline. I really like the album cover too. Oops, there you go. Make out, it has that kind of Celtic knot looking kind of thing there. It's pretty crazy cool. At least I like it a lot. Yeah. And again with the small print, I'm not going to remember the names of these songs. Let's see if it'll be on here that I can read it. What's wrong with you people? Where's that? I didn't even see it printed on the disc. And that's all tiny. Alright, maybe I can use my magnifying glass again. Shall I give that a go? Maybe I can read it. Maybe between squinting with the magnifying glass and trying to jog my memory, maybe that'll... Okay. The first song is Elephant Talk. The second one is Frame by Frame. The third one is Mate Kudasai. The fourth one is Indiscipline. Oops, come on. Wait a minute, 1, 2, 3, 4. Fifth one is Thela Hunjinjit. The sixth one is The Sheltering Sky. And the last one is Discipline. Holy mackerel. That's what happens when you get old, man. Your eyes start falling apart. Well, let me put this over here. Okay, try not to drop stuff, Bill. Okay, here we go. Let's do a little bit of tapping on this one, I guess, yeah. Do some more tapping, tapping, tapping. A little bit of whispering, 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 right? Let's do some tapping as it moves over there a little bit, while I still whisper over here a little bit. Just oops, I just bumped the mic. Well, you guys are probably all asleep by now, but if you're not, I guess I should have said all this earlier, but, you know, like, subscribe, make comments, all that kind of cool stuff. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's about it, I guess. That's the last of the CDs. Oh, no. Anyway, that is the last of the CDs that I'm going to show for tonight. And, well, tonight for me, who knows where or when it is for you. Anyway, yeah. Aloha, siblings.